Hi guys, today I have some great fragrances you can buy on Amazon, $29 or less. Starts with Cool Water. This 200 milliliter bottle was $27. If you don't know what Cool Water is, it's a mass appealing, aquatic, minty, green, fresh fragrance that all ages can wear. And it's been said to smell like Creed Green Irish. And don't get mad if I am threatening your beautiful, lovely Creed fragrance that costs $300 and this one's under $30. We're not trying to lessen Creed or anything or compare apples to oranges. It's just a similar scent. That's all we're saying. It's similar in scent to that one. So in that retrospect, this is a fragrance alternative, so to speak, to that fragrance. Would you give this to a teenager? Yes, you could. Would I give it to my nephew? No, I wouldn't. My nephew's 35 years old. He wouldn't appreciate Cool Waters because it's not cool enough for him. He likes stuff like Versace and Prada and stuff like that. But you could give this away to anyone from ages 18 to 80. To be quite honest, some people have had 25 bottles and never wore anything else since the 80s. And they do say that in the 1980s, this fragrance formula was a lot stronger and more projection, but to this day it still smells good, still gets you compliments, and still works good. And a fragrance I don't have, here's a picture of it. It's called Versace Dreamer. You can actually buy it on Amazon for 30 bucks as well for a 3.4 ounce bottle. It's the one I would pick for my nephew Robbie if you're watching, and that's the one he might enjoy because it's tied to a cool brand name. It is a more mature scent, but it's a beast mode fragrance for the price. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a couple cool hidden gems I found that all you viewers have been recommending for the past 6 months that you got to know about these fragrances. The fragrance Versace Dreamer is grassy, citrusy, and just very unique and has lots of depth in it, made for a more mature crowd. Next up, we have a fragrance I wanted to show you. Simply cost 11 bucks. It's called Cannon Crush. Would I recommend you get that? It's like this. If that is your budget, I mean, you could just buy this. Personally, I would give this away to a distant relative for a gift. If I had to buy a gift for somebody and they needed cologne, or just to give away cologne, because it comes in this cool box like this. Cannon Crush has iris and musk and citruses in it. It dries down powdery. The thing about this is it has a huge scent trail. A scent trail means when you're walking around, people will smell you. It is synthetic and chemically terrible at the first smell. It's alcoholic, so do note that. But for $11, I wouldn't give this to a teenager either, just because of the fact it's just not cool. You got to give them something cool. They're young. Here's what I would give to a teenager. Nautica Voyage. This is a cool brand name. It's a cool fragrance. All ages can wear it. You can give it to your uncle, your grandfather, whoever, if they're a youthful spirit. It's a freshie, aquatic freshie that just does the job, and it gets noticed, which means, hey, what are you wearing? You smell good today. You know, stuff like that. This is found for under $30. Here's one for the ladies. You gotta love this. Here's the thing I do. This bottle is called Britney Spears Fantasy. Now, I don't give the box away with her face or the word Britney Spears. I go up to my girl friends that are female friends and I say, hey, do you like this fragrance? And first of all, they look at the bottle. They go, oh, it's a gorgeous bottle. Look at that bottle. Then they smell it. Oh yeah, that is so sexy. Is this Dior? Is this Joe Malone? Well, no, it's not Joe Malone, because Joe Malone doesn't come in bottles like this, but they have said, is this Chanel or Dior? Because many women only know those brands, Chloe, Chanel, Dior, Joe Malone. That's the depth of many average women, but they do have good taste and they will like this. I have gone up to women with the box and I said, hey, do you like this? Oh no, I don't like Britney Spears, because they're associating their taste of music with the fragrance, so that might be wrong. But that being said, this is perfect for you for $29. This thing lasts 8 hours. It's a sexy bubblegum, fruity, fresh, sweet fragrance. It has an awesome kiwi note that gives it more mature, more depth for even 35, 45-year-old women. It is one of the best cheap women's fragrances I could ever find. And it's said to smell like pink sugar, and I think it kind of smells like Viva La Juicy Couture. It goes in that direction, and I just love it. Next up, you have another fragrance that's pretty cool. It's called Garo Homme. It's very European. In the European markets, Garo is Emmanuel and Garo. It's very sought after clothing and shoes and sunglasses and things like that. In this situation, you have basil, and tobacco with citruses. So it's very unique. It doesn't last the longest, but it does give you 3 hours, and it's only 20 bucks here in the United States on the Amazon link. I approve of that for $20 for probably 30 years and up on that one. Here's another Hall of Fame fragrance coming up. We have Insurrection Jupe. Jupe for men is simply an ultimately super strong, ultimately strong, long-lasting fragrance that just never ends, and it smells like cinnamon, and it's sweet, and it's sticky. And Frankie from Chicago wore this every day, and now he's in his 50s and he still wears it. He's a real estate investor. What do you do? I heard you were a bouncer, and you other guys were working in the hospitals. And this guy loves this. He won't wear anything else until I showed him Chanel Blue, which is $150. This is like $20. Jupe, or Jupe for men, is what it's called. People say that this smells like Creed Santal. This came out first, Creed came out second. What is that? That's like a $300 fragrance. Here's a fragrance called Rayon Tradition. This is the cool bonus section of the video. Rayon Tradition Insurrection 2 Pure. I sprayed it on yesterday because I was pulling these fragrances out for the Amazon video I'm doing for you. And I sprayed it here 3 p.m. Went to bed, 10, 11 p.m. And as I'm rolling over, I can still smell it. It's still on my arm. 8 hours later, it's still on my arm. 20 hours later, I can smell the skin scent. I'm like, God, I smell good. What is that? I don't remember spraying my arm, and it just hit me. I sprayed this $23 cologne, which smells like Creed Aventus. You can't go wrong with that. I've heard so many people say, I love Insurrection Pure. That's because of the price value proposition. It lasts super long time. It smells like a very popular fragrance, an expensive fragrance at that, and it'll get you compliments. And then we have this one. It's kind of a hidden gem. It's called Insurrection 2 Wild. And if you are a fragrance aficionado, you know what Angel Therimular Pure Havana smells like. Tobacco, honey, vanilla style fragrance. This is the interpretation of it, and it does smell very good. If you are a fanboy of the Havana, this might piss you off because it doesn't have patchouli and it's not the same quality and all that. But if you're not, and you want a honey tobacco sweet fragrance that lasts ultimately all day long, and you want something different and sexy, try this. If you have any experience with any of these fragrances, down below, comment please. And I love you guys. See you on the next video.